Hello guys, welcome back to Baritoni's Projects. Today's video, I'll be teaching you guys how to use relay modules from this, a single channel, all the way up to something like this, which is an 8 channel. We'll get to that later though. First of all, so before you start anything, you need to look on the relay itself, and you need to read the fine print on the bottom. It should have something at the bottom like this. You see how mine says SRD03V DCSLC. If you see that 3V, that's the voltage it takes to actually switch it. Most of them are 5 volts, so yours probably say 5 volts, some are 12, but that's the voltage you need to supply to actually switch it. All of them I'll be using here are 3 volts, by the way. So, first of all, you should see, again, something like this, and you should see over here, there's a bunch of, what are these, micro components. You see the, what is it called, octupler isolation or something. Again, it's sort of like a relay, but it uses light instead. And then you should see something like this. It says VCC in and ground. This is the side you want to go first. First of all, so let's say I have my 3-volt power supply. I want to plug the positive into the VCC, the negative into the ground. Now the in is actually when you switch it, the relay on and off. So you basically, on the same circuit, the same 3 volts you put in the VCC, you put in the in to switch it on and to switch it off. So if you supply 3 volts in, this should turn on. Some of them are opposite though. Some relay modules actually are the opposite. So if you don't supply anything, it'll turn on, and if you do supply anything, it'll turn off. Some of them are like that, by the way, just in case you're testing. Next, you'll see the back. It says NC, common, and NO. So you have normally closed, common, and normally open. So this is where, so you have a switch inside the relay, which then lets this common, or whatever voltage or positive or negative put in here, to flow through out the normally closed side. Now, since mine has another thing, normally closed here, if the relay isn't switched, the common will flow through the NC, the normally closed. But if it is switched, if I do supply the 3 volts to the N, it'll go through the normally open. So, that's how you use a single channel one like this. It's the same concept for larger ones like this. I know this looks like a lot, but bear with me for a second. It's quite easy to understand. So this is just basically 8 times one of these. Same concept here. So first of all, let me see if I can turn this around for you. On the back side, you see you have ground, and then you have 8 inputs, and then you have VCC at the end. So, same thing with this one. This has 1 input, VCC and ground. This one is 8. So you still enter, for me, my 3-volt ground in VCC right here, negative right here, positive right here. Then input 1 through 8. You can see I use some jumper wires to connect it to my, spilled those. It's fine. You can see I connect my jumper wire to my Pico here, which is controlling this. Basically, it sends the 3 volts in ground to the outer edges like this, and then it'll individually send 3 volts through the wire into here, firing the relay. I'll show you guys that in a minute. But let's talk about the front side here. So, I'll tell you why I jumped all these in a minute. But you see you have your, it doesn't actually say normally open, normally closed. You have to assume that. Well, you don't have to assume that. You have to look at it. So this side's going to be, again, like on this one. That side's going to be normally open, and this side's going to be normally closed. And you have that 8 times through here. In the middle is your common. So your middle is where you put the thing you want to go through the relay. You have positive, negative. Now, mine could support all the way up to 10 amps or 220 volts AC, or 10 amps to 120 volts. I can't speak today, but you can see on your relay what your supports. I'm only firing 9 volts to this, so I won't need anything close to that. But these are pretty heavy-duty ones, so depends. Just don't go over that, otherwise you might break the relay. So then I jumped all the middle together. So all of them have the same thing they're firing. Now, let's show you guys an example. So, programmed my Pico just to show you guys what it looks like turning on and off. See if I can get a good shot of all the relays here. The jumper wires make it pretty hard to me. Plug it in just like this. So you see there's a green light there, and then you hear that? Sounds just like that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you can use these. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I try to answer them. Thanks, guys. Thanks.